The price of oil has been steadily rising over the last number of months, but in recent weeks the price has shot up to a 7-year high on the back of the Russia-Ukraine conflict. And the Organization for Petroleum and Exporting Countries, also known as OPEC, didn't help matters yesterday by deciding not to pump any further barrels of oil to make up for the anticipated shortfall out of Russia, which accounts for 11% of global oil supply.
This does really keep a lid on supply. On the one side, we're seeing Russian supply come out of the market, and at the same time, we're seeing OPEC keeping a very tight lid on oil supply. All of this is, obviously sending the price up dramatically, and unfortunately the price of oil is a commoditized price, which means that it's set on the international stage. So while South Africa might not buy oil directly from Russia, because the price is set internationally, it is going to affect all oil that we import. The result of this is going to be much higher inflation expectations.
South African households and businesses are not only having to deal with higher prices at the pump, there's also the higher electricity price coming into effect from April for Eskom customers and July for municipal customers. And these increases will hit particularly the poor very hard. South Africans are being advised to rethink around how they use their limited finances.
We really need to have a relook at what are we getting in, at the end of the month as an income, and are we able to cut back on certain things that, might not be so, advantageous for you to have for your finances.
When it comes to managing the ever-rising fuel increases, people may have to look at sharing the transport load.
We need to start looking at things like maybe doing that lift club, going back to that, a community lift club where if you have people around you and if you are going into the office on a daily basis, are there people who work not, far from where you work? Look into starting a lift club where this week we'll use my vehicle, next week we'll use yours.
The price pressures infiltrating the South African consumers' pockets will translate in higher inflation. And there's a worry that the Reserve Bank's hand may be forced, in keeping with what's happening globally, to raise interest rates more aggressively, which would be a decided blow to a nation already struggling to cope with everyday living. Nompumelelo Siziba, SABC News, Johannesburg.